Let's get some F's in the chat, boys and girls. It's a sad day for Reddit. It's a sad day for America. F's in the chat, boys. F's in the chat. I'll see you at the crossroads, crossroads. Oh, some of you don't know. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed to September of 2020. F's in the chat, boys. F. F. Aha, so the streamer was in the know, and chat was the one who did not know. Chat doesn't know. The streamer did. Alright, so F's in the chat. Chat doesn't know. Alright, what would be the funny tweet? F for Reddit. What would be the funny tweet? Wasn't Final Fantasy VII also delayed? Yeah, and it's really convenient because, you know, you type out that name and the F is already there, right? Like Cyberpunk 2077. A reminder that extending an olive branch to the weebs, and also just to lead them on because there's no way they're getting it. Ayaya coins. Ayaya coins. Wow, that's what they are. Apparently that's what they are. They're not mono coins, they're Ayaya coins. Mono coins are worth double on the 29th of January. So if you would like to save up your mono coins in order to use them, any reward is worth double on that day, apart from the highlight message and the emote ones, because I can't control those. So yeah, but dad joke, I'll read 2 pages of the dad joke. I will say on stream your waifu's best girl. Like I will do that twice. If you make me dab, I'll dab twice. If you do the AI Monocoin fund, we'll deduct 40,000 instead of 20,000. And if you spend it on absolutely nothing, we will deduct 40,000 off of absolutely nothing instead of 20,000. All right. You're just gonna double the price on 29? No bamboozle, no bamboozle. I promise. All right. I promise. No bamboozle. Streamer's honor. Streamer's honor. I will not double any prices. I will not mess around with the prices at all. But before the 29th or on the 29th. And I can't promise I'll stream on the 29th because I might die, you know what I mean? Like, but I currently have no plans to not stream on the 29th. I'm not streaming on the 22nd, but I have no plans to not stream on the 29th. Streamer honor is worthless. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Streamer honor. Streamer honor. When has anyone ever said streamer honor and then not and then gone back on their word? Like, come on. Today's one of my favorites. Funny Disco Elysium titles, by the way. Pillow Pandemonium. What have we had so far? You ready for a miracle? Why won't you let me all tab? Why won't you let me love you? Disco Elysium. We've had Bistro Asylum, Discord Museum, doesn't make sense anymore, Ditto Emporium, Weirdo Delirium, Picasso Presidium, Hippo Condominium, Retro Planetarium, and Pillow Pandemonium. Do you guys want me to read out the other ones I have, or do you want to wait? Snow halation. Sorry, I'm doing a tweet. That's a long tweet. It is. It is a long tweet. Is it another Sekiro poll? No. Wait, Cyberpunk delayed? Yep. By, like, a lot. It got delayed by a lot. It's not just a little delay. When was it due out? March? April? So 5 months? 5 months delay? April? May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, 5 months. 5 months. They're scared of Final Fantasy VII? No, I don't think Cyberpunk has anyone to be scared of. I think that they just need more time to finish the game. It's a good thing, though. No, I'm not sure. This year's pretty stacked, and having the game spread out a little bit more, I don't know. I have a feeling there's going to be some surprise releases, and maybe some things that have been announced that get confirmed release dates for the end of this year. So it looks like the end of the year is going to be pretty stacked as well. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out this year. When is the next Double Yaya Coins event? I won't be able to be here on the 29th. This is the only one ever. This is the only one we're ever doing. There will never be another Double Yaya Coin event after this. Bayonetta 3. Someone thinks Bayonetta 3 isn't vaporware. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I have no idea. I just know Bayonetta 3 is the bait and switch, part of the bait and switch that Nintendo did with the Switch. Yeah, we're totally gonna make these games, and then, oh no, we're not. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Speaking of Nintendo, Finn is currently playing Super Mario Odyssey, and he's enjoying it quite a bit. It's interesting seeing a child play it. Because you get to like understand the intended experience a lot more, especially a very young child. So you know, there's a lot more wandering around and not really understanding where you're going. And the game seems to facilitate that quite a bit. I remember when I was a kid playing in 64 for the first time, and not very objective based at all, just kind of wandering around, being like, okay, I kind of have a vague idea of what I'm supposed to do, but let's just wander around and look at things and just enjoy moving. And I think that's what Odyssey pulls off. Records enjoyment. No. I even say in the video, one of the only few things that annoys me about the criticism of the Odyssey video is that this comment gets on the video fairly often, not all the time, but fairly often. You know, it's a kid's game. Why are you judging it as anything but that? I'm like, I say that in the video. If it's judged as a kid's game, then it is a masterpiece. You know, like it is definitely for kids. The problem is not that I'm judging it as a game for adults, is that everyone else did too, you know? So, yeah. Is he gonna make a response to your review? I've already told him. I was like, Finn, Daddy made a video on this game, and because of that, there are tens of thousands of people in the world that now hate Daddy, and Finn's just looking at me like, I don't understand anything. I don't know why you're telling me this. I don't get it. But it'd be funny him watching a video, box of tools and replacement parts, line and shells, watching a video on a game when he's older and he can actually understand it. The only video he's watched of mine is the Stardew Valley video, because he likes playing Stardew Valley. He doesn't like understand what to do in it all that much. He does like he understands how to like plant crops and water them though and harvest them and sell them for money. Like he can understand that, which I blows my mind that he can do that. But like he can't read yet, so he doesn't really understand the intricacies of the game. But he watched the Stardew Valley video and he just like was just shouting at the screen, telling me to do different things. You know, go to the mines, go to the mines. He doesn't understand that it's a recording. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Empathy, hand-eye coordination. Ooh, pinball maker's coat. Nice. Let's give it to Kim. Empathy. Nice. So it seems like coats are the best. Do. Some love for Kim. Aw. Thoughts on the game so far? I really like it. I really like this game. Yep. If I wasn't in Witcher Hell, I would be streaming it more to finish it faster because I'm enjoying it so much. Yeah, I like this game a lot. Best Boy back at it again. So when that's down there, it's going to be like pointing over with a heart toward Kim. Aww. Aww. Wait a minute. What's that? Enhance. Enhance. Can't believe this. Well, apparently I just fit the stream to screen. Hopefully that's alright. Thank you again, Q2. These are amazing. I think we still have quite a long way left with this game, so please don't feel like obligated to keep this up, because these are like fairly like I imagine they're intensive to create, but yeah, please don't think like you have to keep it up, but they're amazing. Okay, I think that lines up, right? There we go. Was that Yusuke from Persona 5? Yeah, because we're Art Cop. Yeah, we're doing a Yusuke run, kind of. We're like half role playing as Yusuke from Persona 5. Why is it Cyberpunk 27? Because it got delayed. It got delayed. I really didn't think it was gonna get delayed. Like I had an inkling like earlier, and I dismissed it. I was like, no, like the way that they hyped that up, that release date, I'm like, no, that's coming out then. And then it's like, wow, okay, like holy shit. Honestly, it's good that it's delayed, but I'm still sad. Yeah. Whenever anything is delayed, it's usually for the better. Like it ends up being a better product because of it, right? You know, games, movies, YouTube videos, music. You know, maybe even streams. No, not streams. You know, Whenever something gets delayed, it's usually for the best, right? It ends up being a better experience due to the delay. Anyway, let's get started. Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. So this is where they brought faulty pinball machines to fix them up a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. Lieutenant looks around in the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop, discarded. So no, which this one? I still think I'm going to be done this month, but the video's not going to be out this month because I talked about this on a past stream. I need at least a week, maybe even 2 weeks of like videos done, but all right. So I'll explain this again because I know a lot of people aren't here for all the streams. Like I've been working on this video for I think maybe more than 2 years at this point, and for the last 8 months, it's been all I've been working on pretty much. And like the product, the video is like, okay, just like I said this yesterday. Just the Witcher 1 part is longer than 4 hours. All right, like. I've been telling you guys certain video lengths because I want to cut things down. I want to trim it as low as possible. And in the past, whenever I've said, hey, the video is this long, and then I managed to cut it down, usually people are upset. They're like, I want the whole experience, and they think the video is lesser from the stuff that's cut out. So, and also, if I say the video is like, let's say an extreme example, okay? Let's say I'm making a video series on every single Final Fantasy game, and the whole series is 50 hours long. You know what I mean? Like the video series is 50 hours long, and then when it finally comes out, it's only 30 hours long. Then I'm gonna say, yeah, because I managed to cut 20 hours of content. Like I trimmed all of these different individual videos down of everything. You know what I mean? Like then I feel like some people might be like feel cheated or robbed of like almost 50% of the content that was supposed to be there, or they might not view that work as being actual work or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I've been trying to play it down because I don't want to I don't want to have that experience or give you guys that experience. So that's why I say the video is going to be at least 9 hours long. That's how it is. That's my target, but it's longer than that. When a project gets that big, in my experience anyway, I don't think many people have ever made a video project this big. I'm not saying I'm unique, but I feel like it's somewhat of a special situation to have a solo video project that's this long. I've never made something this big. The longest video I've ever made is on YouTube was for a video, not a stream, has been like 3.5 hours, right? The Last of Us Uncharted video, right? Having that pretty much times 3, like editing that at the end, trying to keep that in your head is very, very difficult. So there's this whole part of the end of the project that is just completely uncharted territory for me. That's a good pun. Unintentional. Like I don't know how to process that, how to process it all properly. Just watching the whole video back 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times. That's what I do at the end of the project, just to make sure everything's lined up properly. Like when that's an hour, it's like, okay, I can watch it multiple times a day. But when it's like over 9 hours, like that's almost a week's worth of work right there, because it's not just the duration of the time, it's also pausing, making the changes, going back, watching the little bit before and after to make sure it's lined up properly. There's no problems in the timeline after that sort of thing. I also want to give it at least a week of just I don't want to look at it. I just want to shove it away, and I want it to just not be something that's on my mind constantly, and I want to come back at it with just that week break so I can watch it and be like, okay, so I can view errors that I would miss if I still didn't have like my eyes soaked in it. You know what I mean? So like I haven't had to do that before in past videos, but yeah, I don't know. Like I was talking to Lily about this last night. Like I really want to close down the Patreon. And I almost did it last night. I was really upset last night. I was in a really bad place last night, and I really wanted to close down the Patreon last night, and I almost did. I still might. Like I want to, like I feel such an immense amount of pressure from the Patreon. Like streams are like, you guys come to the stream, you get your content, you sub while the stream is up. If I miss a stream, then usually subs drop. Like if we miss a stream, Usually like subs go down anywhere from like, we lose from like 50 to 100 subs. Sometimes they might come back, but it's you know, like it's basically like you get the streams, you support the streams while the streams are happening, whereas the videos is like supported through Patreon, through ads, right? But through Patreon. So I feel like every single month that there isn't a video, like Patreon, there's just like this burning glare coming from Patreon, you know what I mean? So if you miss a single stream, like streams, like if you follow your schedule, like it doesn't have to be like you stream every day, but you have to have your schedule. Like, yeah, because there are certain people that can only come to the Tuesday streams, and there's also people that only come to the Wednesday streams, only some people that come to the Thursday streams, etc., etc., etc. So like if streams are kind of based on like a bonus combo modifier kind of thing. A lot of streamers talk about this sort of thing, that like you build up momentum by streaming regularly on your schedule, and if you ever miss a day for whatever reason, usually it's better if it's a scheduled miss day, but even then, like if you miss a day, it's like damn, you know what I mean? Like it can hurt you. It can set you back by quite a bit. That's why streaming is very, very stressful for some people, for this, when it's all they do. You know, I'm not just a streamer, so I don't really feel that pressure all that much. Yeah, but anyway, so whenever I feel like there's nothing going up or whatever, or if the videos take very longer than longer than I think they are, even though I've always said, you know, whenever I say I think it's going to be done this time, please don't take that as a promise. You know, things happen. I have been historically very, very bad at estimates. I'm usually way off. Like originally when this video was being made, I thought it was only going to be 4 hours. Now the Witcher 1 part is only the 4 hours. It wasn't that long ago that I thought the whole thing was only going to be 6 hours instead of the 9+ hours, you know. Like, it's in double digits, let's put it that way. Okay, it's in double digits. Okay, just do some math. If the Witcher 1 part is 4 hours, I think you can extrapolate it yourself, right? Witcher 1 and 2 parts are done, by the way. Like, they've been done for over a week. I mean, I say done, like, they're 99% done. I haven't rendered them, but, like, they're done. There are little tweaks here and there that I have to do, and there's, like, some heavy editing parts that I have to do here and there. But, like, they're done. Like, it's just the Witcher 3 part that I'm still working on with the books and the DLC. But even saying that, there have been people that have been fans for a long time that I speak to fairly regularly, and even they will say things like, "Oh, looks like your estimate was way off again, haha," and they mean it as kind of like a gentle kind of ribbing, or maybe some of them do, maybe some of them don't, maybe some of them mean it, but it's still kind of like, you know, it's just this constant feeling of, oh, you're letting so many people down, and like it just, like, do you know how like I shouldn't went. I'm sorry. I have one of the best jobs in the world. Let me just preface this bitching with that, all right? I have one of the best jobs in the world. I wake up every single day grateful for the job that I have. Like, I am so grateful and so happy to have the job that I do. Like, I get to play video games, I get to think about video games, I get to write about them, I get to talk to you guys. Like, I love my work so much. But that comes with kind of like Lily's, we're all over the place today. So Lily's bipolar, if you didn't know that. Lily's fairly open about her being bipolar. That's one of the main reasons why she's inspired to have the mental health channel on Discord. Lily's bipolar. And something that bipolar sufferers have, and also people that suffer from depression, is that they will, and I don't really suffer from depression. When I'm depressed, there's a reason for why I'm depressed. Whereas people who suffer from depression, they have depression for no reason. That's the difference between, hey, you're depressed because of circumstances, and depressed because it's clinical depression. You have no reason to be depressed, but you're still depressed because life dealt you a bad hand chemically or genetically or whatever. That's what it is. So people who are depressed clinically often go through this thing where they will get even more depressed if their life is great. Because if their life is great, like say you have clinical depression and you have like a great partner and a great family and you have a great job and you have every reason to be happy, right? If you have every reason to be happy and you're still depressed, that makes you more depressed, because it's this like building in that's kind of like holy shit, I'm so depressed, I'm such a piece of shit that I'm still depressed while I have all these great things in my life. So because you have clinical depression that comes at you no matter what, even though you have a great life, because that's what it is, and then you look around and you just feel so guilty and you feel so like so like ungrateful that you are depressed even though you have every reason not to be, because it's clinical, you can't control it. So that's kind of how I feel about the job, is that like I really love my job, and I really like, I'm grateful for it. So if I'm not working as hard as I possibly can be, then I'm like, I don't deserve it. What the fuck are you doing? You're squandering this, blah 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 blah. And it just rolls into this big huge thing. So even though it's like like everything I just said is true, and there's all these people supporting me on Patreon and everything, and most of them say, it's fine, take your time, it doesn't matter. I still feel like so ungrateful and like such a piece of shit, even though like for almost every single week in the past, like I can't remember, like it was about a month after the baby was born, like I've been working near 100 hours a week. Like that's how long it's been going on for. So even though like that absurd amount of work, I still feel like, oh my god, I'm not doing enough. Oh my god, I'm not working hard enough. Oh my god, like what the fuck, I'm squandering this. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Like it's not an exaggeration that the Witcher video is over 4,000 hours of work. Like that's how much time has gone into it. So yeah, like I feel like I just want to close down the Patreon because that pressure just kills me. It just kills me every single time. So I don't know. I almost did it last night. I still might do it. Maybe I'll pause it. Like someone in chat said, it should just turn into a tip jar. Maybe I could do that, but I already kind of did that a while ago. I said, hey, like video content isn't guaranteed anymore. Like I'm really bad at estimates, and like please take me at my word. And I think in the past I've proven that when there's a drought in content, it's usually followed up by a big huge video. I'm still working on videos constantly. This is just a you're supporting things for how long they take. I think I've done that in a Patreon post in the past, so maybe I need to reiterate that and make it more clear. But at the same time, like I feel like that isn't enough. I still feel like I'm gonna feel like beholden to working as hard as I can because of the Patreon. Did I talk really fast throughout that? Depression is kind of addicting. Yeah. I don't really get depression that much. But yeah, you can wallow. Yeah, I think anything can be kind of addicting. I think kind of any strong kind of emotion, you can kind of like just sink into it. Yeah. F for Cyberpunk 2077. F. F. This still actually makes me worry about that game. I'm not so much worried about the game. I think the game will be better off for it. I am a little worried about their employees. However, CD Projekt has a bad reputation for crunching the shit out of their employees. But I did also read that they're not forced to do the crunch, and they also do get paid overtime for it, right? So I'm pretty sure that in terms of game developers, CD Projekt, even though they do have that reputation, is better than most, because a lot of game dev companies that work their employees overtime, they don't get paid overtime. Like, I don't know, seems that way. I know very little about Polish culture and law. Despite Lily being half Polish. Kind of funny dude making the video on the Polish game. But like I would, what little I do know leads me to think that they would be fair to their employees. Like there's a lot of laws there, but yeah. It's okay to do well-being where you are. Just let us know if we're doing stuff that isn't helpful. And I just want to bring you discomfort. No, it's fine. Like no one actively does anything bad. Like, and this is a me problem. It's not a problem on you guys. It's a me problem. I feel like I'm probably not the kind of person that responds well to the specific type of pressure that a Patreon brings. Like when the No Man's Sky video went up, and and then later on when we did the Patreon video, it was like just such an amazing day seeing that number go up. It's like, holy shit, that like not only is this my full-time job now, it's going to be quite a good job, like financially we're going to be in a good situation. Like Lily and I have spoken about this before, like before the channel like took off, we were like okay, we weren't like starving, but in terms of what Canada considers the poverty line, we were below the poverty line, before that, right? Like we were in a pretty bad place. So we've come from very, very, very little to quite a lot after that. So there's like that kind of I don't know, what's it called when you go from like one class to another. Like I think it's called middle class skill, but I wouldn't consider myself middle class. Like I don't know, it would be like working class to middle lower class. I don't know, like that sort of thing. So yeah, it's there's that part of it too. Betraying your comrade. If you took down the Patreon, what would be the best way to support you? Twitch. I have a PayPal now, but I don't know if it's going to work long term. I'm having some trouble with it right now, but I have a PayPal now, but I don't know. I feel kind of scummy talking about money after this, after talking about all that. Like, I don't know. Like, I look at it, I think, if the streams came back more often, like after The Witcher's done, I probably don't need the Patreon. So maybe the Patreon could just be like, maybe if I just like put just a thing on there and said, hey, the Patreon this is just purely for tip now. Like that's like in all capital letters or whatever. Maybe that would be fine. I don't know. I think I'll talk to Lily about it afterwards. I should talk to Lily about it. Joke, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Oh, just a lot going on, guys. Just a lot going on. I became a dad again last year, man. Like, oh, I feel like I barely know that baby. And she's such a nice baby, too. She's such a nice baby. Such a nice baby. Do Witcher 3 video has all 90 bosses tier list inside Mr. Sorry Critic. Anyway, let's play the game. Lieutenant looks around in the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. He taps his foot. A creak, some dust falls off a shelf. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door, one of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it. Remember the dice maker? Then that means Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta pinball arcade. That this is all left over from that, and this is cool. Like the game makes so many connections. I saw someone in chat in Discord say something about how like they didn't see something that I saw, and they're like, wow, there's this whole kind of like the lore of the game that they were completely unaware of because they just didn't do those choices. And I think Ilsaroth was telling me about like he didn't see this part on his playthrough, and he really likes Kim. So like this is a whole side of Kim that he didn't even see. So like it's pretty cool. Yeah. Remember the dice maker? Yes, as the novelty dice maker said, he makes a note in his notebook. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure, but I do like a nice little connection. Yeah. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection. Looks like they gave up fixing the pinball machine. At some point, he agrees. At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Could this mean that the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? That's true. Then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. Kim, why are you going along with this? He looks around. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Stupid superstition, but still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story. It's a curse. And Gart ought to be able to... And Gart ought be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells. It's kind of awkward to look at, but it's actually correct. All right, finish thought. All right, finish thought, finish game. Footprints. You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. You could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer, he looks at you. It was us. This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory. It was a stereo investigation after all, and it has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider. Okay, what does this mean? It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route behind Classia, right? Classia's room. In the recent weeks, this may prove to be significant. Let's have a closer look then. Crouch, study the footprints. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. I don't know that term for shoes. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. Shoe size is 41, 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is unfortunately the worst, most vague shoe size there is. Is that one of the shoe sizes that we had in the crime scene? The prints look like one person went back and forth. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found in the hanging came. Oh, it's bringing it up. This doesn't look like the worker's boots on the hanging, does it? Between that, he points to the elevator doors in the corner, and that, he points to the barred door. He inspects the tracks closer. The size looks about the same. Actually, they're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. This doesn't look like the worker boots on the hanging. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Get up. Vamp is the front of the shoe? Okay, thank you. Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor. It's vamp, but not that kind of vamp. How's my shitpost tweet doing? Okay, I don't know who made this, so maybe I shouldn't put it on the screen, but fuck it, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, because this is funny to me. Someone just tweeted this at me. Why is this not showing up? Interesting. Okay, it's a JPEG, so why isn't it showing up? Weird. Well, that's anticlimactic. I can't show it, even though it's saving as a JPEG. Now I have to show it, right? Now I have to find a way. Here you go. So, Twitter user Ab posted this at me. I don't know if he made it or if he got it from somewhere else, but that's really funny. First time I catch a stream, I got no idea what the fuck is going on. Yeah, this is a really bad first stream to watch. It's also like we're in the middle of a very dense game that's hard to follow. If anyone like wanted me to recap it right now, I don't even think I could. Like it's just so much has gone on. So as horrible as this sounds, because I shouldn't say this, but like if this is your first stream, you should probably try again another time with another game. But like if you want to just like throw yourself in, then go for it. Yep. Or if you played the game before yourself, I'm sure you could follow along. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. Whoa. Okay, I feel like we should be talking a little bit more about... Okay, so who's been peeping on her, on Klassia? This is the barred door you tried to kick in before. Unbar the door, leave. So what's on the other side? Unless we veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Klassia about this to see how she reacts. Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and read science fiction. Lightly punch the door. What if we had gotten this key before we came and spoke to Klassia? We would just end up in her room and she'd be like, what the fuck, how did you get here? That would be an interesting interaction. As a writer, oh my god, don't. Let's just go. I'd like to hear your views on this thing I read about Kim, that an amazing bit of work has been done to make Kim wildly more competent than you and so able to guide you, but also totally believable as a sidekick. It never occurs to the player that Kim would just take charge. Yeah, so I've been thinking about that a bit, like why does Kim just go along with it? So I feel like... you feel weird now placed in this world, but I feel like as the game goes on, you realize that maybe even with your crazed self that is quite extreme, you're still not really that out of place. Like Kim has his like weird sides too to him, and it kind of like the game warms you up to that idea. But I feel like Kim may be. And I like it, but I think Kim may be impossibly accommodating. Like, or improbably accommodating. Like, I don't think someone as good as Kim would actually exist and go along with it as well as he does in this scenario. Maybe someone comes out later that explains it, or something like that. I don't know. But, like, Kim is just, like plot hole levels of just bro. So, like... And I like that, and I guess it's an exceptional case where it's like, yeah, okay, like we can go along with it even though it doesn't make sense, because it's worth it. But yeah, I would say that one of the most interesting things in this game is Kim and how Kim functions when it should be a flaw, but it's not. It's actually one of the game's best strengths. He has a halo on his portrait. He does have a halo on his portrait. That's true. One of the old style halos.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
I need to talk to you about your room again. If quite a collection of prescription drugs on that door there, point to it. Did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator? I did not. She takes a drag of her cigarette and smiles. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led. There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now. There's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom. There were tracks on the floor. They're recent. A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall? Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss. The lieutenant points to her window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass. Okay, there's a pause as she processes this information. A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now. Do you think this is somehow connected to me? It could just be a coincidence. It could be connected. We don't know at this point. Could be just a coincidence. Okay, do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there? Unfortunately, no, but if I were to guess long enough, the perforation is under the bookshelf under your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape. If it is recent, who do you think made it? Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? There were tracks on the floor. They're recent. Huh, this isn't good. It's an old pinball workshop. The room back there. This place used to be a pinball arcade. Okay, she smiles. I'm glad someone's had fun. That's all for now. She flicks the ash from her cigarette absent-mindedly. She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed. Mom's spaghetti. Okay. Also, because you're a pretty competent detective despite your large flaws. Yeah, that's true. Like, we have a storied history of solving a lot of cases. We've heard of Kim before, so it's not so outrageous to think that maybe he's heard of us in passing. He knows that we're just in a bad situation. But I feel like we don't know enough about the world to know if this is normal. I feel like if this happened in anywhere close to our reality, he would just be sent home and just be like, okay, come back when you're feeling better, or he'd go on leave, or he'd be investigated in some way. But instead, they're just rolling with it because this is kind of weird world that we're living in, and that Kim is probably stranger than we originally think. Hey, there's a curse.
Can I help you?
Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling. Another thing, great. Oh, there's Klassia in room 3. She's nicked the phone line. Why? He stops himself. No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building. Yeah, I bet you didn't want it to be her. Well, anyway, mystery solved. I don't like loose ends. You have Lena. Lena is a good customer. Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she? What? The one chimes in. Did someone mention my name? We were just paying you a compliment and finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here, he yells, and then turns to you. Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Okay, well, I didn't really want to snitch her up, but I thought maybe you should fix the phone line. Maybe we just did Classy dirty. Fuck. Gart, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Skeletons. A mausoleum of the dead. Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Nothing. The black gaping maw at the end of time. Pinball machines. Ha, I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean? Why, do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines in there, he was wondering about something business related, about how much money he can make off one. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade. If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. See, sweet shit, beat your chest. I'm a distributor. Disruptor. No, I'm a disruptor. He rolls his eyes. Those machines are whirling property, but if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine, that one's always causing trouble. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the Doom commercial area. You should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things. I have to warn you, I may have discovered that whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. Wait, so you know of the curse? The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. These are just the same thing. This is Fallout 4 tier bullshit. It's a sign of the whirling and rags not being part of the Doom commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood. Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no Doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man, that's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me if some doom ghost, he studies his voice. I thought he didn't really work here all that much. He's done a fine job too, though he's spoken of the place dismissively before. Yeah, the hostel is actually very important to him. You really care about the whirling, huh? Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. even if it is part of the damn Doom commercial area. Aha, so you finally admit it. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. And who named it Whirling in Rags? It's kind of a cool name, actually, Whirling in Rags. Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you. You look surprised? What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names, too. It's from a song. Hail Holy Queen by the Eternies. Eternies? Eteniers? Eteniers? Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad. Good pick, Lieutenant nods. I agree. What about those other cafeterias you manage? What about them? He shrugs. One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignace Nilsson and all those old ghosts. He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you with this place then. Too bad it's doomed. No, 5. Luck has got nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help against the doom. It's implied. So if you don't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? There's a peephole in the wall. He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Classia's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. How about you fix our room too? All right, you've been notified. Conclude. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. Something else I want to talk about? No, that's it. Goodbye. All right. So, did we get a skill up? We did. All right. So. Did we go and do the body? We didn't do the body, did we? We still have a perception chance to do the body, and it's our last chance. So what's something that we need to level up? What's something that we want to do? Do we want to get Esprit de Corps to try to do the cop thing again? Seems like it's not a good idea. Like it's not really worth it. I know what I need to do real quick. I need to go pee. I'll be right back. Wait, no. Really, why can't I hear peeing if I turn up the stream? Nah, you're probably just hearing something from downstairs. There's no way you could hear me peeing from where this is. No way. Oh, it's from the game. The game sounds like it's peeing. Volition or we riot? Alright, have fun rioting. Smallest church instances. There's no way to listen to tape without working a tape player or a port reel at hand, but even just holding a tape makes me feel sad. Alright, so we need to go to the pawn shop and get one of those things, and we can also inspect the body with perception. Okay, so I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna go and save it, and if I don't get the perception check on the corpse, I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna try again once I get an item that boosts my perception. Because after trying all these times, I don't want to lose it. So if you think I'm a fucking redditor after that, then okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. There's several thoughts that give perception. Are there? I mean, like, I don't know if we're gonna stumble one way into them now. Like, we only have 4 slots left. Is there anything that's lowering our perception right now? We don't have anything that raises our perception, right? I don't think we do. Explore the new area first perception. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably something down there that we could get. I just, like, we're here, so let's do it real quick so we can save some time. If not, I'll just reload it. Yeah, I lied. I would never have saved scum. Never. It was just to build up suspense. I would never have done it. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close as if by their own volition. Ooh, and we didn't even level it up. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand. But first, I need to say thank you to people. So I'm gonna blast through this because I've already been indulgent enough by whining about my job earlier in the stream. Sorry about that. So thank you to Saidu, Neox, Flash, No Egler, for subbing while the stream was down. No Egler might have been at the beginning of the stream, actually. It's, sorry if you were. Thank you for the resub, if you're still here, No Egler. Ayami6 for the 3-month resub. How did the hipster burn his mouth? He ate the pizza before it was cool. Uno Octium for the 100 bits. Thanks for putting up with us weaves. It's no burden. Don't worry. You weebs are all right overall. There are worse things than weebs in the world. Way worse. Pucker Starfish uses 100 bits. It is currently -4 freedom units outside, -24 Celsius if you must. It's really cold here in Minnesota. Stay cozy, everyone. Stay cozy. Stay cozy, Vancouver, too. You guys got hit by a blizzard. It's not snowing here today for the first time in a few days, but it's supposed to snow really heavily later on. Yeah. Stay cozy. Thank you, Atlas Cryas, for the new sub with Prime. Welcome to Prime Time. Welcome to the Pickle Jar. Thank you, Cthulhu Daddy. That's a cool name for the new sub. Welcome to the Rub-a-Dub Sub Club, Cthulhu Daddy. Thank you, Vero Riak, for the 6-month resub. Thank you very much. Pucker Starfish, you some more bits to say. Chat says there is an Ayaya in every portrait you've been dunked on. Is there really? I saw some of them, but I didn't see the Ayaya in some of the past ones. Damn, I got dunked on. Worth it, Q2, worth it. Thank you, Keelbow, for the new sub Prime. Welcome to Prime Time. Welcome to the Pickle Jar. Thank you. Thank you, DJ Roomba93, for the 2-month resub. Joe, you are the best game reviewer. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, DJ Roomba. I think they are much better than me, but I will take the compliment. Thank you. Parker Starfish used even more bits to say the Patreon is there for this specific reason. I still support Shaman. He goes stealth mode for months on end. Please Stop Talking has been on a month-long hiatus. We get it. It's okay. We want to support the people because we like the work. I know, and I can hear that like dozens, maybe even hundreds of times, and there's just still something about it that I can't. Like, it's like the paywall thing on Discord. It's like I just can't get past it. But maybe if I did like a very formal post saying like, look, this is how it is from now on. I did sort of that before, but maybe I didn't commit hard enough to it. But yeah. Thank you, Jesus Pro. Oh my God, Jesus Pro Adzimimini. Jesus, thank you for the new sub, Jesus. Jesus with a Z. Thank you very much. Welcome to Prime Time. Welcome to the Pickle Jar. Thank you, Cool Mashy. Sorry for messing up your name. For the 200 bits from Cool Mashy, if you took down the Patreon, what would be the best way to support you? Twitch. Oh, I read that when it came in. I don't know. Maybe Twitch. Like I said, there's a PayPal link now, but I don't know if it fully works. It should. Like, I think I set it properly and we tested it, so it should work. Maybe, like, I don't know, we'll see. I have to think about it. Like, I think I make enough money. I know, again, I'm not a good capitalist. I think I make enough money. Wait, why'd you say on Patreon? We talked about it earlier in the stream. I don't want to get back into it because I went on for too long, but it just causes me too much stress. Too many expectations. Thank you, Henry Wyatt, for the 45 bits. Watched almost all your Hades playthrough. You're pretty good. Thanks. I really enjoy Hades. I'm looking forward to the full release and getting back into that. That might be one of my favorite roguelites. I feel like the problem is going to be longevity for that game. It's not going to have the same kind of reach as Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is my favorite. Sorry, I know a lot of people prefer Isaac, but like Enter the Gungeon is definitely my favorite. Have you done Dead Cells? Yeah, I played some Dead Cells. I like it, but I don't love it. It's like, meh. It's alright. It feels pretty good to play, but there's just something about it I don't like. I feel like Dead Cells is too visually noisy. I feel like when I play Dead Cells, it's very spammy in ways that like Gungeon is my favorite, so I'm going to compare most roguelikes to Gungeon. So it's very spammy in ways that Gungeon isn't, and it's very visually noisy. Usually there's a lot of shit going on the screen. Maybe that gets better the more you play it. But yeah, I just, you know, I like it, but I don't love it. Here's Waifu Joe from Dragon 555. God, I hope there's someone new to the stream right now that's only been here for the past 5 minutes. God, I hope there's someone brand new, watches the videos, never seen a stream before, and is here, and this is the first thing they see in the first 5 minutes. God, I hope that's a thing right now. Thank you, person325 for the subprime. Welcome to Part Time. Welcome to the Pickle Jar. Thank you, Toast Engineer, for the 100 bits. Fucking boomer. Imagine not knowing that shoes are made of vampires. And the last 3 on my list are Poker Starfish again with a gifted sub and some bits. Kim also spent a lot of time as a junior officer. That's a lot of time being a subordinate. Kind of hard to shake off that training. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know enough about Kim. Yeah. Maybe. That's a good point. And also thank you, Poker Starfish, for gifting a sub to Fake Deltat. Welcome, Fake Deltat. Welcome to the Rub-a-Dub Sub Club. And last but not least is Senrahin with a 22-month resub. Thank you very much, Senrahin. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Senrahin. I like saying your name. Second time I catch you live, second or third anime shit every time. Yeah, it's ironic, I swear. I'm not a weeb, I just play one on Twitch. I swear. As a person living in Sweden, recycling bottles is very common to be expected of every household that buys aluminum cans or aluminium cans or plastic bottles, with some even scrounging the city's trash cans for cans and bottles to recycle for money. So seeing this kind of system in the game is really cool. Do you have a special cultural thing that you do that you are amazed to see in a game? I don't think so, no. That we do that. We do recycle fairly strictly here, and both in Moncton and Toronto, I've seen people that go from recycling bins and outside people's houses and like raid their recycling to cash it in. I saw some guy doing that to ours once, and since then I just like put it all in one thing for him to take. You know, it's like here you go. If people are gonna do it here, it's much easier. Which is probably something we should have been doing anyway. But I don't think there's anything kind of cultural kind of thing that we do that I've seen shown in the game. Huh. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh first through your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand. We're going to be playing this game for months. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent. But not that silent. Crawl up his nostrils. They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in. Push your fingers in his nose. Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider. Put your fingers in his mouth. The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track. Play with it. This feels right. The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding, hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in. Open your eyes and look. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing, death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the belt of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished, no larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius. The edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after. Say abrasion collar. Abrasion collar. Kim looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open to the copy paper. Touch it with your finger gently. A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound. Put your finger in. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth right into his brainstem. Brainstem? Yes, that's what this part is called. Feel around first. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake. Oh man, the reptilian brain. Rip. Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres. Lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Push deeper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. Wriggle in. Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly, cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it. The tip of your finger. A bullet? Sharp serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. Oh no! We're gonna fuck this out. I feel a solid object right under the skull. Can you get to it? He searches his pockets or something. Inspect the skull first. There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it from the inside. The object that is in there stopped just short of the skull in the encephalus? Encephalus, I'm guessing, because that's phallus. Encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium. We have the makings of a very small exit wound here. The lieutenant leans closer. Okay, can I go back in and get it? I don't think so. Like, it's a red trick, cannot be retried. Like, I want to go and get interfacing stuff on, but like, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to go away and like what if I can't get back into it? 83% is guaranteed. All right, this is a big one. This calls for music. This calls for the Space Odyssey music. Here we go. We did it. You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp like metal, with your face twisting from pain and concentration. All you need to do is just whisper, "I got it." Slowly pull your fingers out. Whisper, "I got it." Good, good. The fridge in the background buzzes with excitement. Slowly pull your fingers out. The inside of the head feels cold and smooth like a glove as you pull out, sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead. A bullet. Lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it. Drop it in. The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says, "Unknown caliber, rifled, some kind of brittle alloy, fractured on impact." "Can I have it?" "Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift." No, you deserve it. We can log it later." Lieutenant drops the bag in your bloody hand. It feels right. Feels light. He turns to his notebook. "We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury 4, oval entry wound with an abrasion collar, soft palate, back of the mouth, high velocity, temporary cavity and brain tissue, small exit wound on the occiput. He underlies the injury forcefully. "How does that sound?" "Excellent. This is because we played the board game." "Sounds like heaven. Found a bullet." "Sounds about right." "Opinion. Fatal injury." "God damn right." Click, click goes the pen. And one last thing, we should amend injury 3, ligament mark, new opinion, non-fatal, post-mortem, treatment. He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact. Treatment? Treatment officer is an attempt to manipulate the body after death to hide the real cause with a false cause. In this case, okay, so I knew this already. Like, I knew already that the hanging was fake to cover something up. How did I know that? Did we have like some like leap in logic thought during the investigation and I just took that as gospel, or was I wrong to think that? Like I thought that already. Treatment officer. He points to the mark encircling the corpse's neck. This injury here, the ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment. Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. Dead, dabba doop doop. We just did some good police work and now we're dead, dabba doop doop. You think so? Agreed. Agreed. He nods. I had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over, not march him? I thought there was no satisfying explanation. Okay, I think that's why. All right. That's why we thought so. There have been other signs too, small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did foolhardily. Well, no more. We almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged. Both cage and wall. Maybe they just shot him while they hanged him. Who would do this? That's for us to find out, but this, it will make finding them just a little bit easier. Maybe they shot him while they hanged him to put him out of his misery. He thinks it's possible, but it does not explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time, and this just smacks of treatment to me. Why would anyone do this? To hide something. The real killer, the real motivation, what really happened here. Okay, so I know that there's at least like 5 police detectives that watch the stream. Is treatment actually a proper like murder investigation term? Because I really like that term. I've never heard of it before. That's a cool term, treatment. Or is it something for like this game or in fiction? One of you has to be a police detective, right? Probably watching this on your phone as you go to the next crime scene. That's such a cool term. I think I need to wash myself. Oh, he nods. You really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling Lag should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. Maybe the bullet holds more answers. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us. This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it. What happens next? Proceed. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile? Work on the case, tend to personal matters, try not to do anything dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. He looks you in the eye. Great work, detective. Aww. After you bag the corpse, Kim will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Please plan his exit accordingly. Okay, so it's 6, so we can wait until a little later. We can't go and see that guy at 9 o'clock if Kim's gone. I feel like we should do this now. I think it's late enough now. All right, he takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs. Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Leave. Right, this took a while last time, right? Alright, Kim's gone. You know what that means. Time to get crunked. Guard, give me a drink, and then I'm gonna drink this one. Let's go. You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache. Wait. Oh, you can just wait here. Get up. Alright. Time for a bit of art. Okay, so we can go and do the art. But don't we want Kim there to be around to see our masterpiece in creation?
Oh, I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
Okay, so we were wrong. I was wrong. We didn't talk to this guy last time.
René, it's the little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Oh, hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Oh, we did? It's just, it's a different thing? Okay. Looks delicious. Point the sandwich. Can I have a bite of that? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food, he says, and quickly adds, nothing personal. It's just a principle. The only one you have. The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder, well made and abundant in components. The authors sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise? It even has a watermark. Don't be a dick, Gaston. There's plenty for everyone. Please, can I just have a bite? William officer, I wish I could help you, but I need a sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. He's squirming, avoiding your gaze. At my age, you need to pay attention to these things. Please, friend, let's just share it. You're not hearing me, man. I need the sandwich. Number one. Fuck off, it's mine. He jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction. Sorry, officer, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. He continues cautiously, but the sandwich is mine. I'm not going to share it. Convince Gaston to relinquish the sandwich. The residents come to rape our country. He hides, but try to get a bite of his dear sandwich, and he gets claws. You're a special kind of vermin, Gaston. We haven't eaten in 3 days. You mentioned Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that? Oh, sweet Jeannie. He gets a dreamy look in his eyes. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol, maybe the entire world. Do not defile her memory, Gaston. There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice. Let her rest in peace. So you both knew her? We knew her all right. His friendly face lights up. Lived in the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was Rene's first girl back when the prick was 16. He looks at the carabinier almost gently. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy. And then you stole her from me. He jerks forward and then grabs his chest and stops. Easy, fellows. No need for this to get ugly. Do not intervene. Well, technically, you stole her from me just because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress. We were just boys then. This was different. You, the tall veteran, looks at you and nods. No point starting this all over again. For the thousandth and the first time, especially when we have company, turns to you. Officer, what happened to her? She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. He smiles faintly. Renee and I were both by her bedside when he pauses, searching for the right word. Died. He sharply fills the silence and adds, no use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now? Departed. His partner finishes the sentence and chuckles. Until the very end, she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met. Why do you think she was indecisive? She could never make up her mind about anything, what to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. The look in his eyes is happy and distant. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. Nothing wrong with weighing your options first. That's a bit odd. Heck, he says with a chuckle. Technically, we're both still engaged to her. You always confused her, couldn't let us be happy, he says with heavy resentment. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries. Oh man, I really want the sandwich now. He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, turns away. Thanks for sharing. Datapon wants the sandwich. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man? Let me think. He looks at the clouds wistfully. I heard someone was hanged but left on a tree for a week, but that's all I know really. Come on, you must have heard something. I want to be eating this sandwich when Kim comes back. And I want Kim to look at me and be like, where did you get that delicious sandwich? And then I'll say, do you want some? And he'll hesitate, and he wants to say yes, but he doesn't also doesn't want to he wants to but doesn't want to admit it. And then wordlessly just rip it in half and give it to him because Kim's such a bro. No, I'm sorry. I really would like to assist. He adds, smiling apologetically. You're a good guy, officer. I can see that. Then help him, you wimp. Reproach fills his eyes. You rub plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar. Caviar? Not caviar. Well, in the Union, someone must know something. He means caviar socialists. I wish I could, but I don't. I just don't know anything. His cheeks turn red. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that. Odd, he doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here. Sounds a bit like you're holding back. I'm not, he assures you. I'm not even any Of course he's holding back. The carabiner crosses his arms. His mouth is so full of union prick he can't even speak properly. No, it's sandwich. Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, Rennie? His eyes are furious. I'm not anyone important in the union. I just know Everard. How do you know Everard? Everyone Martinez knows the Clare brothers, he says solemnly. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium. What do you know about history? The carabiner snaps at Gaston. You never witnessed history, only heard about it years later when it had already moved on. You don't know history. The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid, and alone, like a cracking marble statue. What a prick, the jolly man declares with a sigh. The officer was addressing me, not you, Capitaine. Where were we? Where were we? What a joyous way of putting it. Are you a union member? Oh, his cheeks turn red again. In many ways, yes, like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Everett, Edgar, and the older debardeurs all know me. In many ways? Oh yes, you're not actually a member. Not in the technical sense. His eyes fix on the bulls in the crater. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everett keeps me on the payroll just for the little things. So that's what it was. So that was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before you and Renee's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider. The Everett brothers seem to look after everyone in this place. So it seems like Everett's actions are good, where his words are really bad, and you're not supposed to like him. Whereas Joyce's words are much better, but maybe her actions are bad. Well, her actions are kind of non-existent. I feel like there's two sides to this. Of course, he's not a member. Of course, he's not a member of anything. I knew that. He frowns. He's a weather vane. I thought it was a weather vane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. Is it weather wane? I thought it was weather vane. I hate the socialist rabble, he continues, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already. Yeah, you dirty centrist. What are the little things you do for Everett? Writing work mostly. He smiles. Occasionally he needs something written. I happen to have a way with words. People say, what kind of things do you write for him? Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers about Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everett and I have these long talks where he tells you his little penman exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ooh, I do little things for Everett myself. Nothing wrong with that. I do little things for Everett too. I feel terrible about it. That's just the way things work around here, he declares merrily. No reason to feel bad about it. Are you a caviar socialist? The old man starts laughing. I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political? Officer, I have a vivid imagination, he laughs again. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink in politics. He just fluffs it up. Of course, don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch. So you are a weather vane. Now it's weather vane. All right. Are we up to 40 mistakes yet? I prefer highly adaptable myself, he chuckles merrily. Has a better ring to it, don't you think? Mon Dieu. The carabiner closes his eyes like he's never going to open them again. Fucking all the German. Thanks. That's all for now. I learned German in high school. Now I've forgotten so much about it. All right. I want the sandwich. God damn it. A man so principled about a sandwich calls her a principled approach. Time to get political. What is political? This right here is political. Sandwiches aren't political. This city's going to shit. Sooner or later, some foreign anarchist is going to steal your sandwich. That's a fact. Your blood sandwich. Is a tool for the oppressors designed to keep the proletariat docile. There's no ethical sandwich under capitalism. No ethical consumption under capitalism. These options seem awfully fascist or communist. What if I don't want to say them? Say one of these fascist or communist things or fuck off. Your blood sandwich. I'm not going to listen to this commie Connery he utters through clenched teeth and turns his back to you. Huh? The jolly man is scratching his head in bewilderment. He doesn't understand the situation. Let me ask you, comrade, did you make the sandwich yourself? Look, comrade, the overabundance this sandwich embodies is inherently evil. I really don't understand how my sandwich could. He starts but falls silent. Wouldn't you rather have a proper sandwich, a sandwich with a soul? I don't either, but wouldn't you rather eat a sandwich free of the bourgeois guilt baggage? I would rather just have this one, officer. He's avoiding your eyes. It's really good. Tell this lost comrade what the people's sandwich would be like. Distill the essence of the working man in a sandwich. But imagine a sandwich absolutely minimal in design, sleek, efficient, simple. But imagine a sandwich covered entirely in fine metal dust from an industrial plant. The skepticism emanating from the Mary Sr. could be sensed all the way to the Seminine Islands. He's not imagining it. Envision bread, as black as the soil it came from, melting butter, yellow like the sun shining on the backs of workers on the fields. Salt is essential. There can't be too much, because isn't proletariat the salt of society? Now turn it upside down. Black bread, like a symbol on top to salute the coal mines our heroes worked. I'm going butter. I don't eat worker food, he blurts out, immediately regretting it. Look, officer, I like different classic food, fine dining, not worker backs. Please drop it. We need to get our rhetoric up. Do we want the sandwich? Are we just going to level rhetoric up right now and get the sandwich? Fuck it. Fuck it. I want the sandwich. I want the sandwich. We're doing it. I want the sandwich so bad. We're trying again. 58%. Yeah!
How may I eat the citizen's
I
pizza?
want the sandwich. Alright, this is how we're going to do it. I admire your handiwork, chef, but few things I'd do differently. Like what, officer? His eyes rest on the sandwich. This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you. And we just spent the skill point on a sandwich, and a array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salad, salmon, sandwiches, bingo. The bread you built this wonder on could have been toasted beforehand. Had you put a large slice of old Duvian cheese crosswise from the ham, it would minimize the component loss via crumbling. Mon Dieu, that is an excellent idea, he exclaims. That would virtually negate the component loss. I'll do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika. Ce serait délicieux, he shouts excitedly. Can you make that sandwich, officer? Sure, but I'm going to need yours as a prototype first. No, no one can. Gaze at the distance, slowly shaking your head. I want one because then we get the sandwich, but two is just the best. Two. Oh, we don't get the sandwich. Wait, but I thought the old time visually disappointed pockets of sandwich in size. I'd really like to get back to the game now if there's anything else. God damn it. We're hungry for our art. Hungry for our art. God damn it. Was that worth a skill point? Oh my god. Thank you, Crazy Fist, for the 100 bits. Hey, Jason Andromeda, just stopping by to say hi before I venture back to VODland. Finally got a job so I can actually begin to reimburse you for the many, many hours of entertainment you have provided to me. Big love, mate. Thank you, Crazy Fist, and congratulations on your job, and shout out to the VOD boys and girls in VODland. 100 bits is more than the vast majority ever. So, like, just with that, you paid your dues, if you consider it that way. So, thank you, Crazy Fist. Shout out to VODland again. Isolad1 used 666 bits. Ooh, the devil's bits. In the first stream, in the first chat, when the emotes first lengthened, one stood, burned by the embers of Ayayageddon, his soul blistered by the monocoins and tainted beyond ascension. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred with boiling blood, he scoured the Discord channel seeking vengeance against the weeb lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Claw Fisters, and those that tasted the bite of his donations named him the Ayaya Slayer. That was great. That calls for... There you go. Couple of yayas for that. Thank you, Icelad. That was really good. That was great. Thank you, Anton69 for the 100 bits. This man owns a 2B figurine and has had a Crunchyroll subscription for over a year. Not a weeb, by the way. Hey, I don't use either of them, alright? Neither of them have been used, and you know what I'm talking about. Neither of them have been used, alright? That's true, but neither of them have been used. So I counter your weeb claim, sir. Thank you, an anonymous cheerer, and thank you, Iceflight, again for 134 bits. 500 character limit is a bitch, not like this. I think it worked out, Iceflight. Don't worry, that was great. Does Joe have a macro dedicated to AI? No, I type it in every time. Thank you, Chandizi, for the 25-month resub. Thank you very much, Chandizi. Happy New Year. 25 months, holy crap. Thank you, Pow Pow Giraffe, great name, for the 5-month resub with Hypers. Thank you very much. And thank you, Zorgrox, for the 100 bits. Now you can't share the sandwich with Kim. I know, right? Should we reload for the sandwich? I don't know, I think the line was worth it. I want to buy that boombox. And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with
The
anything.
boombox I bought, it should play this tape, right? Of course, it's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It all starts with the tape. Alright. This is the reel-to-reel boombox of everyone's youth. A little banged up, a little chipped, and honestly not that loud either. It looks cool though. Excels at being carried on the shoulder, allowing you to play audio tape items and blast music into the face of unsuspecting strangers. Wait, what? Oh my god. This is fucking disco. The porter reel is just what you needed. Okay, press play on the tape. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Press your ear against the speakers. Keep the porter reel at the harmless distance and wait. Now, press your ear against the speakers. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in St. Sands, surrounded by an even tinier yard. I think it's a mistake. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's a mega sad. Within seconds you know this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for, the one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit, then the tape stops spinning. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. No, I couldn't. It's too sad. I might cry and trash your room again. Scratch that. I'm already crying, and I look dumb and old. Can I sing this for karaoke? Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this, and you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yep, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way now. What? Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself, let the pain out, make everyone understand, remove the tape. Immediately the boombox tunes itself back to the Friday night beats vibrating on your shoulder. Okay, well, there's no way in hell that we're doing that without Kim. No way. No way in hell. Alright, let's look at the bullet. The bullet mushroomed out on impact. Now it looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce skin, flesh, and bone. The bullet safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny shriveled head of cauliflower. Ah, that's a great description. What do I do with you, bullet? The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet. Eat it? What? Kim comes back. Where's the bullet? I ate it. No, it's my friend. I'm gonna start talking to it. It'll keep me company. Now we're not going insane all that much. Find the gun that shot it. That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it. Okay, feel the bullet through the bag. The squash bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The Citizens Militia uses cast bullets only, little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge. What? Inspect the bullet closer. The jacket of the bullet is made of yellowish metal. It is blossomed out to reveal a dark gray core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Look at the jacket. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear, it feels standard. And the core? It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. Far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his kinema. He is not here examining the bullet with you. He should be. He would find this very intriguing. Mention it to him later when he's here. Sorry, Kim. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you guys. I kind of don't want to do much right now in the game because Kim isn't here, and I like having Best Boy with me. So, like, maybe there's some exploration we can do in the new area. I don't know. Anton69 used some bits to say, "How would you tell Bill that you ate the bullet? Post a bulletin." Kim would come back and say, "What happened to the bullet?" And we would say, "I ate her." Oh, by the way, here's the dad jokes. Dad joke calendar. We didn't do yesterday's and we didn't do today's yet. Dad joke calendar. Why did the janitor take early retirement? Because he realized grime doesn't pay. And today's, the sexiest people tend to be runners. They're quite attractive. Fun. Is Soft Lump here? Soft Lump, are you here? Speak to Classy about your room. Yeah, we could do that, yeah. Soft Lump isn't here. Okay, next time Soft Lump is here, can you guys, like, shout at me with that so I can, Wow, this is just how it is now, huh? So I can read the dad joke book reward for Soft Lump. Okay, we went around here before. Is there anything we need to do in the car? I don't. There could be anything down here that might have some good Kim moments, right? It's 7. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and their forgotten share. You see a dark red chair in the dim light in the room. I love that we just have this music everywhere we go now. Postcard, Cold City 08. A bow tie? What? Oh, extra drama instead. 2 drama? Oh man, we're gonna be hearing Sire a lot. Cold breezes enough to make the wall planks creak. Reading books or talking to Lena about Bigfoot. So we can go and talk to Joyce about our badge, right? I think someone in chat just said that too. We can go do that, and we can talk to Lena. Then we can go and talk to Klassia, and maybe then we'll read a book, and that'll get us through the day. Let's do that because I don't want to explore without Kim. Kim is the whole game to me. Necktie dialogue. What? Necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You'll betray it if you ever change it for some boring scarf. What if I just took it off completely? Lifebreak has recently subscribed for 2 months with a message. Hi Joe, I have nothing to say except ayaya. Ayaya. Thank you, Lifebreak. Are you saving your mana coins? Like a good weeb? I'm sorry, the other chairs there. How's it going, Lily?
Okay.
Can you give a claw fist to Lifebreak?
Claw fist. No, it wasn't very good. Let me do it again. Claw fist.
There we
Sorry.
go.
I had to think about it.
Stress headache has resubscribed for 6 months as well.
Claw fist. Yeah, it just came out of the dishwasher.
Oh,
So
okay,
I tried
that's
to
like-
run it in cold water before, but it was still a little bit hot.
I thought maybe the water was hot because the glass is hot. So thank you. And also thank you, Pocket Starfish, for some bits. How does Geralt stay so positive? Witcherful thinking. Did you see the news about Cyberpunk?
I saw them talking about it. Got pushed back to September or something.
Yep. Yep.
Well, hopefully it'll be all the better for the extra time, right?
Ralph loves you some bits. Why should you never take a platypus to dinner? You'll get a massive bill.
Ha ha ha.
How are the kids?
They're okay.
Is Finn still kicking ass at Yoshi's Island?
No, they were on the couch earlier, and he's saying to Leo, "Leo, you jump on me!" And they were jumping on each other, and I thought, "Oh my God, where's the blood gonna come from?" But
Yeah.
they were okay.
Oh, they're okay? Alright.
That was their game for like the first part of your stream.
Hey Joseph, have you played Outer Wilds? If so, what do you think of it? I haven't played it. We're going to play that sometime soon. I'm going to stream it blind with chat turned off. I might not even read donations and subs for the stream because I just want to like soak it in. I'm really looking forward to playing Outer Wilds. Thank you for the water.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Show her your badge. I found my badge, by the way. By love, you did. She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right. She hands it back to you. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant Double Yefrieder Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish. What can I do? What can I help you with, Lieutenant Yefrieder? How about you share your information on the lynching now that you've seen my badge? The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. She smiles apologetically. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you finish with them. This was your plan all along. She shakes her head vigorously. My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters. See, again, I forgot that she has to do this. So she has to do this. She's basically did the exact same thing that Everett did. It's just that she's a lot nicer and is a lot more convincing about it. So, like I don't know, like they both have different kind of like conversation techniques, I guess. There's probably a word for it that I'm not thinking of. So like right now I really like Joyce. Like I like Joyce way more than Everard, but maybe Joyce is evil and Everett isn't. I don't know. Meaning the information she has will raise the stakes in this game. 'Cause it's a game. The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. She takes a sip of tea. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps? I'll have some tea. Go with my sandwich. If I had one, I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Word has traveled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. She smiles and explains Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears. One of the tall buildings overlooked the roundabout. It would give them a read on the entire quarter. Tell me about this drug trafficking again. We already have some suspicions that one of the drivers was present at the lynching. The two might even be connected. Actually, let's discuss something else. Okay, we don't have any questions about reality. Okay, I wish I knew what had some... Nah, I guess we're done. Alright. I don't want to go through all of it. Alright, so let's go talk to Lena and talk to... whatchamacallit? Klassia. Varvareth has redeemed 20,000 coins to the Ayaya Monocoin Fund in blatant disregard to the bonus that is happening later on in the month. I gotta say, what a Chad move on the part of Varvarth. Well done, sir. Well done. That's basically like throwing 20,000 coins in the trash along with Ayaya. It's a 2-for-1 all month. Canon Inspector 2. Well done. Another welcome to the Chad clan. God damn, well done. So as always, I'll redeem it at the end of the stream. The disrespect for the weebs is just, it's inspiring right now. Does redeeming it before the announcement counts as Chad Club? I think so, yeah. I think you joined the Chad Club for sure. Check out my boombox.
Hello, dear. There you are again.
I'd really like to hear about more cryptids. Of course, dear. What's the biggest cryptid? I thought we'd agree on just one cryptid, sweetie. Huh? But this is so much more interesting than my real job. Your work must get quite frustrating. Well, okay, just one or two more, she smiles mischievously. The biggest cryptid is, of course, the giant of Noko Nur. It's huge. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Noko Nur desert in South Samara, casting a strange light across the barren wastes. Wait, what do you mean, odd light? A mirage, or genus luminance. She does not elaborate the nature of this luminance further. And just how big is it? No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon, expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision. Is it dangerous? The towering luminosity of Koko Nur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a Fata Morgana, others a fate unimaginable. That's what makes it so peculiar, a species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Koko Nur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Koko Nur desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes. Gravity anomaly? Digging it. Digging this parascientific stuff right here. Yeah, me too. What's the tiniest cryptid? Cryobacter catlensis. Cryobacter catlensis? Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijano some 7 years ago. What's so special about it? The bacterial colony Mijano found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate, certainly from before recorded history. Oh my god! Mijano disputes shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Wait, she injected herself with it? Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea. Really? You mean there is an immortal geologist wandering the world? Yes, and she's quite mad too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible. Irascible? I hope I'm saying that right. And so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. Irascible. Okay, I have never heard that word before. Like irritable? Irascible? Having or showing a tendency to be easily angered. Yeah, so kind of like a worse irritable, I guess. Irascible. That's cool. I like it. I like that word. So even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter K Mario coursing through her bloodstream. Are there any invisible cryptids? What's an interesting question, and the answer is yes, there are. What's that? The Koldo Mama Dakua La La Lililo, or thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it seems to be. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. It's very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Koldo Mama Daka can also be translated to a whisper light and low. A whisper light and low. Her eyes light up behind her glasses. Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The call do mama dakua makes or rather is such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all the time and we wouldn't know. How can an animal be a sound? Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. There's no evidence to support this theory. Could it be here? Look around right now. It could be, she says calmly. As I said, it could be everywhere, and we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights. What evidence is there of this animal being a sound? Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. Songbirds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. They realized they had discovered a new species. They called it the Call do Mamadakua, after the Pericarnassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent. Wow. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds, even though they couldn't see them. They could distinguish among individual birds, and, she smiles, even began to name some of them. Name them? Sequester, Thyme, or Time. Josquin, she nods. Those are all but some of the Mamadakwa they followed individually. Why is the Mamadakwa so afraid of us? That is a sad story, she frowns. A group of university students assisting in the field work and their enthusiasm for the project, no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. Extinction? She nods gravely. They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound, so they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadakwas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear? Psst, they cancel each other out. Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. Great regret washes over her, a wending cloth. After that, the corpuscles appeared to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in EA, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Caldo Mamadakwa population anywhere. Interesting. What about... Alright, that's kind of interesting. Alright, cool. Alright. So, what's it going to take to do karaoke?
Can I help you?
Gart, I need to sing karaoke. Now, let's, just in case, let's do it later. This is going to be a skill check, though, for sure. Wait, can we take the drugs now that Kim isn't here? Search for the peptide again. Oh, you can just take it. No. Kim wouldn't want it. Kim wouldn't want that. What would Kim do? Lobsters don't age. Let's inject ourselves with lobster so as to achieve eternal life. Yusuke and I are way ahead of you.
I was just thinking what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Murder. All right, so we can unlock level up Volition to try this, but Kim's not here, so we're not going to do it. Now that Kim isn't here, let's talk about Sunday night. Ah, yes, she pours herself some more coffee. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. The date of your re-entry into the fossil record. Yes, before I emerged like a Paleolithic megafauna. It's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium. Before you was only the room, the sound of the motor vehicles, steam in the bathroom, and darkness. Wow, she nods. Mythopoetically adequate stuff. Did you hear something Sunday night from my room? Move on. There was the usual ruckus, she nods. Loud disco music. Did I have any visitors? I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. You mentioned loud disco music? Oh, yes, various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them. She arches her eyebrow, waiting for it to connect with you. Is that like the name of a band? Or is that just like... Oh, that, yeah, woo. The less said about the better. Ooh, we're huge. Oh, we're huge. Where I come from, I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, she says, half singing, but we go on. Don't ask questions. Then doesn't life get hard because we go on? Yeah, we go on, all right. It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it? Maybe we should stop going on then. Doesn't the going on cause the getting harder part? Yeah, we go on, all right. I don't know about that. Around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it. What was I saying? Was I singing this? Show her the tape of the smallest church in St. Cian's. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also, what else? That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we are all alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. I'm sorry. Don't be. Miss Orania, disco dancer. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then what happened? Then you started screaming and trashed the place. Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted? No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing the room. She takes a sip of her coffee and smiles. A window was smashed, the tape player probably. The song stopped, and furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. Was there anything else? There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5, she nods, and that was it. Thank you. No problem, sir. She feeds herself another cigarette. Alright. Oh, damn, we have 2 skill points. 2 skill points. Okay, so I'm gonna call on chat right now. Is there any of these that are worth getting? Please, if you've played the game. Are there any of these that, just a little nudge for old Joe here. Any like, yeah, that's really good, you should get it, or just wait to have a different thought later. Bow collector. 2 people say bow collector, 1 says socioeconomics. Bow collector if you like the supernatural. Bow collector plus 3 shivers. Hell on earth. Okay, let's go for it then. Let's get the bow collector. Advanced race theory. Oh, someone wants me to get banned from Twitch. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Go to our room and just read the books? What do you think about the Pale? It's interesting. I don't really understand it, though. Okay, so is there anything else before we settle in for the night? Also, should we sleep under the boat? You could try the check with Classy again. I could, but I want Kim to be here for that. You could also bathe in your room. Yeah, we're supposed to... Oh, we can. Oh, cool. We can just do this now. All right. It's not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. That soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. Run yourself a bath. I want to live forever with the court smell. Run yourself a bath. The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. Undress, close your eyes, and submerge. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. Take the beer cans out. Nice money. Now that you are alone with your thoughts in the tub, but it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. Linger in the tub a little. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whorls as the water cools. Imagine something. You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than 1 bath to get rid of that stench. Then, houses along a narrow street, a video rental, darkness on the planet's curvature. Get out. Conclude. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. Upgrade volition. Talk to Clash afterwards. I want to, but Kim's not here. Mew Draco has resubscribed for 24 months. Welcome to the 2-year club, Mew Draco. Hey, been a VOD boy for a while now because I'm working during the day, but I wanted to cash in the sub to celebrate 2 years of bad dad jokes. Thank you, Mew Draco. Thank you very much. Here's one for the road. What planet is like a circus? Saturn, because it has 3 rings. Rivers are so lazy, they never get out of their beds. What happens to nitrogen when the sun comes up? It becomes daytrogen. How do trees access the internet? They log on. They log on. Oh, Agonizing Fool also has asked for a dad joke book read aloud. Agonizing Fool, are you here? Hey Joe, first time catching the streams. Usually a VOD watcher. Love your stuff, man. Keep it up. Thanks. Pay West 12. Thank you very much. Agonizing Fool is here. Okay, Soft Limp is not here, right? Agonizing Fool, here's your dad joke book. Why have you never seen elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. The swordfish is the best dressed fish. It always looks sharp. Did we do this one before? Yeah, we did this one before. Okay, next page. Why do dogs run in circles? Because it's hard to run in squares. What do you call a cat with 8 legs that likes to swim? An octopus. Did you see the horse that could balance on a corn cob on its head? It was some unique corn. That's really bad. What is a pig's favorite Shakespeare play? Hamlet. Why did the dog jump into the sea? He wanted to chase the catfish. That was bad. That was bad. All right, let's read the book. This postcard depicts a forest of smokestacks releasing fat plumes of smoke into blue, cloudless sky. The tinge of age, the color of old teeth, gives it a sickly look. Written on the back is a single sentence, repeated twice. I got out, no addressee. Dick Mullen. Another Dick Mullen book woefully misrepresenting the police work. In this one, our detective returns from a trip, having successfully solved the 100-year-old cold case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No, he doesn't even look like a normal law officer. All right. In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch, but not that fragile. Examine the cover. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are 2 silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That seems to sum up the premise nicely. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect. Start reading. The story opens with a knock on at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vesper to a small town along the Insulidian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked and returns home, where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law. Look, I can't judge. 2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vesper police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot at in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vesper police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence. The cops release their prime murder suspect so he can find the real killer. Are you shitting me? They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure. Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Deanna Denevue? Mario? Nice. A dame. Now it's getting interesting. Nice. A dame. And not just any dame, she's truly one in a million, a knockout whose mind is as dangerous as her curves, but she's got a secret. Man, who doesn't? Secrets are the currency of human relations. Your secrets are unknown even unto you, so does that make you a rich man or a beggar? Now it's getting interesting. Deneuve? Mario? Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover, and that he was mixed up in a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling the strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead. Tell me about the police captain. Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp, but he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder? I want to hear about the politician's son, a typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. I hate that some Americans say that twat. It's twat. It's not twat. Where are you getting twat from? It's twat. Fucking hell. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height, and while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looked suspiciously like his own. What was that about an art collector? Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way old Spillane did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvald was once involved with Deanna Deneuve. Could it be this is all over a sordid love triangle? Okay, let's get on with the story. One evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer. How does Mullen expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with the witness? Nice, get it, Mullen. I'm not sure I'm happy with this, but maybe the story will turn it around. As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Deanna Deneuve turns to Mullen and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you." Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly. Fuck, can't trust the dame. Shake your head. Who can you trust in this wicked, messed up world? Your partner. Kim will be there for me. Yep. Will you be there for him, though? When push comes to shove, time will tell. In the meantime, let's get on with the story. When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood. Double fuck. Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Deneuve's body, if they haven't been tipped off already. Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Even if Detective Mullen didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars. But she's not dead! The heat is on. If Dick Mullen can't solve both murders before the cops catch up to him, he's going away for life. Can you solve the case before the cops close in? Wait, I've got some questions first. What is it, Detective? Why does everyone close to Dick Mullen wind up dead? It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullen never lets anyone get too close. Why did Dick Mullen become a detective in the first place? There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective. Was I not born a detective? For a moment you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is, a collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words. Why bother solving crimes when the world is so evil? Is it really so evil, Detective? Okay, maybe not. There are parts worth saving. Like what? The pleasure of contemplating art. You don't know how you know, but you can feel this book laughing at you. Art? You think contemplating art is going to save you? Yeah, I do. I'm the goddamn art cop after all. Whatever you say, art cop, the book has stopped laughing, but you can feel it grinning smugly at you. Hey, fuck you, book. Give the book the finger. You know You look like a madman, right? Giving an inanimate object a finger like that. I don't have any more questions. I figured it all out. So who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Denove? Love did them in. The dirty police captain. The junkie art collector. The politician's twat son. Dick Millen? You know what? I think it's the politician's twat son. Could be, who knows? Only one way to find out. Finish the book. You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast you don't even notice the ancient spine coming unglued. You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough. They're gone. Oh no! No! Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible you could gather and reassemble the pages, but it would take way too long. Stupid old horse glue? Yes, blame a dead horse for your fat, clumsy fingers. In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. No, really? No! I'm so upset. Who did it? Dude, pick up the pages. Fuck this. I'm gonna go sleep under the boat. Wait, can we pick up the pages? No? God damn it. If I had known, I would have put my reaction speed gloves on. No, not my reaction speed gloves. My reaction speed orange bum hat. I would have put my bum hat on. God damn it. I don't think it was due to a failed check. It was a failed check. It was, yeah. I don't know what would have helped. Really? Pucker Starfish, you done your best to say Mario. Thank you, Pucker Starfish. Glad you know how to correctly pronounce it. No, we're really doing this? We're really doing this? Thank you, Pucker Starfish. Thank you, Ompalompadonk. Maybe. One of those. Thank you very much for the new sub Prime. Welcome to Prime Time. Sorry for butchering your name. Sip some water on your behalf. And thank you, Certs Plyist, for the 24-month resub. Have I ever said it right? Thank you very much. That was intentionally wrong, of course. Welcome to the 2-year club. Certs. Thank you. 24 months in the Rub-a-Dub sub club. Is it? Is there a ringing? There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic, but admittedly there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always? Listen closely first. There it is again. You are about to rediscover a long-lost species. Keep listening. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come to you. Move your head toward the sound. Oh no, the sound, it's moving away somewhere over there. Go after it. No, too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. No, come back, please. Listen more. Keep your ears peeled then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again. You heard it. The mysterious call do mama de Kua. You're certain that you did. Well, maybe not quite certain, but let's say you're hopeful, because it would make you very special to be the only human being who can hear this invisible, incorporeal Incorporeal bird. This animate whisper, this particle of sound, you're going to have to keep listening. Sharpen your ear. Yo, hey Vilv, how's it going? Balcony guy? What balcony guy? What balcony guy? I don't see anyone on the balcony. Oh, balcony guy, 9 o'clock. But Kim's not here. Do we want to do it without Kim? I think we just want to go to sleep. We're going to waste some time, but, you know. Oh well. We're gonna miss him. Like, can we go tomorrow at 9 with Kim? I'm just gonna go to sleep. I checked the book check. It requires a roll of 20. It's literally impossible unless you have at least 9 reactions. What are you talking about? Double sixes. Double sixes. 1 in 36 chance. Wait, we can't sleep under the boat. Oh. Passive checks don't count for, you can't roll double sixes on them? Okay. Are you sure? Go further towards the village. Not without my Kim. We're gonna go talk to the smoking guy, not to waste some time. We'll do that without Kim. How are we enjoying the beatbox? You know, someone should mod in that whenever you have the beatbox on, it does a yeah. But you can sleep there, my dear. It won't let us. I can't even interact with it. Actually, you should meet the smoking balcony guy with Kim. Okay, we're just gonna go to sleep. We're just gonna go to sleep. We're gonna go to sleep, paint our masterpiece, explore with Kim. We're just gonna go to sleep. I've had enough. We're just going to sleep. It's our last 20. We need some money. Zia Block, he's on to say, hey Joe, remember that one time you destroyed a part-time student worker by making them prepare 99 pieces of jam-filled bread? I'd do it again too. I'd do it again too.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight. Good. Got him for tonight. Alright. Goodbye. Alright, let's go sleep. I think that was just updating that our money's gone. 99 jam bread was unironically a great choice. Wait, why can't we just sleep in Kim's room? Wait. Wait a minute. Go to sleep. Oh, thank you, Cahill555, for the 21-month resub. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. F for Cyberpunk. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feels like weeks of work on the case. You have to try after what feels like hours. You feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth, the potted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
The pages just out of reach, never knowing the end of the book.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful. The endless visions, erase them.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world, but what if I want to be an agent of nothing?
It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something now, Harry. I tried to drown you in the black water, but you re-emerged, kicking and screaming, running. And for what?
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off your lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Not creepy. Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world one conversation at a time. Open your eyes. How much hot water have we wasted? Okay, so apparently we have a vote to do. The die has been cast. Who is Joseph Anderson's best boy? Kim Kitsuragi, Yusuke Kitagawa, Pickle Nagito, Papyrus and Sands, or Kratos stock recording of Boy? Which one? Which one? I think Kim is taking it from recency bias. I agree, Asphalt. Kim has won. Kim has won. Carl has won. Kim has won. It's not recency. He's a god. There's your best boy. He's right there. Let's go see him. He's downstairs waiting for us. They're waiting for you, Freeman, in the test chamber. Isn't this door connected to Kim's room? I can't comprehend how Yusuke has grown from worst boy, go to the bench. Yusuke, how dare you move in with me into best boy pull? Because like Yusuke has just a really bad introduction. Kim's back. Guess who's back?
Yes.
Kim, you like we gonna talk about the bullet. I almost got a sandwich. I almost ate the bullet. I found a bow tie. I read a book and I couldn't. I fucked up reading a book. I'll talk about you. What if we like use the bullet in front of him? Kim, take a look at this. It's a jacketed bullet close to 5mm in diameter. A jacketed bullet, okay, it would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle if not from a muzzle loader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez. Highly unusual. The people who ever shot haven't carried breech-loading weapons for like this for nearly half a century. Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange, very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it. Oh shit, what I already have it? What if I already have it? Something tells you it won't be anytime soon. This will have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while. Okay. Cool. Alright. Okay, there's nothing sadder than karaoke in the morning, right? But let's see what the check is.
Can I help you?
Guard, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. You need to approach the situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it. Yeah, but look him in the eye. Johnny Law is about to tear it up sad style. Why do you even have a PA system and no one's going to use it? It's part of my quest to self-discovery. Help me. This is my way of apologizing for the trouble I've caused. Please let me say I'm sorry. Number one, the whirling doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles it can do without right now. Why do you even have a PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the he begins confidently but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. What happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. What? It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I paid my bills and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha, well, he comes up with a counter argument. We don't have any tapes, they all got stolen. He's lying, but whatever, you don't really need his lame tracks. It's alright, I have my own song with me. Give him the tape for the smallest church in St. Anne's. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown hard. Fine, climb on the stage and do your thing. Just get out my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage. Alright. All right, do we do it now? There's nothing sadder than karaoke at 7:30 in the morning. All right, come on. Like we come by later when the room's packed and pumping, right? Everyone's here. We do it at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. All right. Apparently, I missed something about the bullet. Hand-eye coordination legendary. Try to determine what kind of weapon shot this. 50%. All right. Do we have any hand-eye coordination clothes we can put on? Hand-eye, hand-eye. Any hand-eye debuffs? No. Okay. 72%. Yeah. A rifle. Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Bell Margrave rifle. A Revolucolian manufacturer, the BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulidian theater of the Centennial Revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you, the dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly, but if it were, the bullet would probably fit in the chamber. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Ziegler, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Bell Margrave rifles these days? Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order. That's a cool detail. Lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. What are you thinking? Bullet? I think I know where this came from. Dangle the bag thoughtfully. Okay, and the shot probably came from a Bell Margrave rifle, an antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Marnays or anywhere in Revachol, really. Why not? Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralists International and all the nations of the Riel Belt. Worth what? Getting shot? I think we should have more powerful guns. We're the law. Makes you consider every shot. I like it. Worth what? Getting shot? Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation. Seems like we're looking for an antiques enthusiast. Could be the victim of a mix of blah blah blah. Antiques enthusiast. Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out the possible leads. Okay, can we do a different one instead? Gorilla, Jamrock Bangers. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Okay, so I really want to explore the new area, but we just keep getting sidetracked. Like, can we level up our volition? No, not yet. Like, can't we tell you that it was wrong?
The clowns are still hanging around.
See?
What is it now?
Do we really want to tell them this yet? I want to explore. We'll come back. Let's hold this for now. We don't need to report to everybody. Paint the wall! Oh my god! What am I even doing? We need to go paint the wall. Oh my god. Sorry. 1,000 pardons. Holy shit. What am I even doing? Paintbrush, check. Heavy fuel oil, check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. Fuck the... Oh, the paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. Fuck the police. Mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. What? Okay, 4 is the most art cop, right? Okay, when something beautiful is going to happen, does that mean he's going to paint something beautiful is going to happen, or is he going to paint something beautiful? I think 4 is the most art cop. Is that Inland Empire? You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat. Will now silently repeats the message. For a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city. Very poetic. Lieutenant nods in appreciation. It doesn't sound sincere. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we're supposed to solve. Oh man, what if we had done fuck the police? Hey, check out my art.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
So you don't know what to write? Have you ever tried your hand at graffito? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs around here though, just union cads. And my name's not Mona, so she wants to be something true. She wants to do something true and total. Why are you so committed to defacing the building? This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire can break up the tedium. Alright, let's just go. I love public art. Alright. Left our mark on this world. Karaoke. Too early for karaoke. Uh-oh. Wait. This looks like it's gonna be a fight. Alright, hold on. Get on my crowbar. What else? This looks like a fight. Physical instrument. Hand-eye coordination. Composure. Alright.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
What? Alright. So he's from Witcher 3. He's a foglet. He's a piss foglet. That's one brutal motor carriage, says the young man with the piss foglet written on his back.
If I were a real skull right now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
Snazzy shit ripped skull mobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads, scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls. Now, there's a strong organizational title. Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
He said foglets. Foglets.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of the presentation you want to take
Foglet, gotta be.
Cop man, is we're not part of the skulls. Yet.
Okay then. Let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs. Who are the skulls? Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? Do you guys know Cindy the Skull? What's with the jackets? Who are the skulls? You don't know? What kind of cop are you? It's not a question. Don't get into it. I'm so glad you asked. The question is rhetorical, he replies, raising his open hand. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertine, or the Besmerti. The immortals are the West Rivicalian crime syndicates, Revochalian, the nastiest bunch of psychos ever, jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases, possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi. Non-verbal. If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word. The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm. They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted, bottom-lighted vehicles. Oh, I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Do you guys know anything about the murder that took place here? Murder? A man was hanged in the backyard of the murder in rags. Yeah, sure, we'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. He clears his throat. It was a man. Also, he was hanged. Anything else? He was hanged from a tree. Yeah, I mean, duh. These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along. Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything? Ah, this sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself. However, there is no way these young men could possibly be aware of her work. I know that you don't know shit. I'm not going to continue this any longer. Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can be one sure that there is truly a body hanging behind the hostel? What if it's art or a mere specter? Maybe it's true. The hangman is merely a prop in a performance. We are the audience, and the artist is hiding somewhere in the dark. That could be the case. Yes, a brilliant work of art. Lieutenant raises an eyebrow but does not comment. Do you guys know Cindy the Skull? The young man's eyes glaze over as he marks in a voice filled with longing. Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull. Yeah. The other guy lights up too. A true artist of the future, just like Arno van Eyck. By the way, if you see Cindy, give her regards, he adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting. For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them. Who's Van Eyck? Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized. So you're saying an old man? Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm pretty old. Yep, he nods enthusiastically. Old as fuck. Yeah, man, it's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there. Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez? The Union does their share of policing Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned, Lieutenant replies instead. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here, apart from the Union themselves, of course. Don't worry about that. We're going to make up for the deficit. Yeah, we are. The young men exchange approving nod. Sorry, your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the Skulls or not? We're not franchise Skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them. And what makes you think the organization would accept you? Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see. Oh, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you. Throw him off his game. Are you implying I might be in some sort of danger? Are you sure a skull would say that? The young man silently raises 2 fingers to his temple, and an imaginary cock hits the cartridge. A threat. Good, I like those. Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. I just wanted to talk about music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much. Don't fuck with me. Whoa, come on, man. He raises open palms. We're just talking here. Just words. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no need to throw your authority in our faces. You want to talk? Let's talk, boys. His eyes meet yours. Ask them. He liked how you decisively shut down a situation that could have turned into a farce. Enough about the scullery then. Conclude. What's with the jackets? What about them? Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket have piss foglet written on it? Turn to the dark-haired youth. Why does yours have fuck the world? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character, and I do like piss. The word piss foglet epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things you like an art gang member? An art punk? Things being defined as they seem, not as they are, and I guess it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you got to admit, it catches the eye, and since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message. What? Makes sense. What I mean by this is we are all piss foglets, and the world is inherently meaningless. It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow. Okay, all right. This conversation did not go how I thought it was going to. Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. I'm wondering if the poetics come with a jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely. To catch a fish, you need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, blow it up. You get more fish in a shorter time, and for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing, and that, to me, feels glorious, sticking your dick into the void. Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops? Hey, hey Kim, lower your voice. Do you think it's a coincidence? What is? That there's... Yes, there are 2 of us in 2 of these jackets. Lieutenant looks confused. What are you implying? Which one would you wear? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Are you more of a piss foglet or a... Ooh, wrong amount of asterisks, or a fuck the world kind of guy? Neither. Come on, Kim. It's just a mental exercise. Fine. If only to end this discussion, theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think piss foglet is the stronger of the 2 statements. No way. If that works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy. Seems about right, Lieutenant Marks, especially considering your heroic exit attempts. That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there. So are we done here? Can we get the jackets? 42%. I think this one is worth it. I think this is one is worth it. Hold on. Do we have any Half-Life? Hold on. Half-Light? We don't have any Half-Light. This is it. I want to know this so bad. I want to know, will Kim actually wear it? Oh my god. We can't level it up either. We can't level it up either. I'm really tempted to save Scum. I'm really tempted to save Scum right now.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey! Look who it is. Shrunken cop head material.
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying or both. Just ask them maybe. Gentlemen, I need your jackets. Why? Do I have to answer that? Point at your clothes. Look at the shit I'm wearing. Yeah, like you said, total shit. What about it? There's a spark of sympathy in the youth's eyes. You didn't say that. It's not shit. It's disco. I'm wearing horrible clothes to catch horrible people. It's depressing. My clothes make me sad. I need to fun it up. Lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform. Please. Fuck it. I don't deserve a cool jacket. I suck. Please. Oh, what the... Fine. Damn it, takes his jacket off your ticket then. I can't handle this sad shit. It's true, you simply can't. It's called empathy. Wow, I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride. Fuck that. You're not getting mine. The other one snaps at you. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge. No, he won't. The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation. Wait, world fucker, you got a rich dad? Turn to Kim. I know you said you're more of a piss foglet kind of guy, but we only have one jacket. I want it. Turn to Kim. Fuck it. We don't need the other one. You said that you're more of a piss foglet kind of guy, so I got the jacket for you. I'm not wearing that jacket. Why not? You could really raise hell, go undercover hard, but don't you want to express your individuality? I already am expressing my individuality. Still, it's good to know that we have it should the need arise. The need will not arise. Look at this cute shit. The dark-haired youth points at you, then turns to his friend. How can we become cops? Sorry, become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops. Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us. Fuck, I'm sorry, man. He hangs his head in shame. I just don't like confrontations, that's all. That went surprisingly well. We got rid of them, too. Drama authority. That went surprisingly well. Cindy's up here, right? Let's go see Cindy while wearing this. You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous? Damn right I'm dangerous. You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares say a single thing about the jacket, but believe me, they are all very impressed. Oh, it's really snowing. Holy crap. This is Cindy, right? Hey, Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Pissfoglet and Fuck the World send their best. I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness. They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just skull solidarity. I made up them sending their best part, but I did talk to them. Seem to hold you in high esteem. They'll never be skulls, but she softens. But their hearts are in the right place. Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull? Fat chance, but you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood. Okay then. How's that? She throws a conspiratorial glance. She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up to the sky as though straining to hear something in the distance. Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock, but in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a spelulcher? I hope I'm saying that right. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous, you bring the sirens. She's making a valiant effort to come across as a nihilist, but she's really just an angry little commie. No wonder she was talking about the streets flowing red. That's what happened during the revolution. So tell me, what's it like being a skull and a communist? She sighs. You got me, pig shit. I don't make for a very good skull. I like animals too much. Simians and pigs. Sepulcher? What? I'm 20 minutes behind on saying thank you, so thank you to... Never gonna give you up? Oh my god. Okay, I'm not saying it the way it's typed out, because I'm gonna say it. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that the way it's typed out. Let's just go with never gonna give you up. Negeva, gonna give you up. I'm gonna say something horrible trying to pronounce that. So no, we're just gonna go with that. Thank you very much for the new sub. Sorry. Oh my god. Thank you very much. Welcome to the pickle jar. Thank you, Gurman1 for the 513 sub. Thank you very much, Gurman. Gurman Supreme. Thank you, Dares Lamayo for the new sub of Prime. Welcome to Prime Time. Welcome to Pal Patrol. I haven't said Pal Patrol yet today. Welcome to Pal Patrol. There's LMIO. Thank you, Bully Hunter 79 for the 17-month resub. How do you feel about the Cyberpunk delay? Kind of surprising, but I'm glad they did it. Blythe, still biggest disappointment of the day. What? Oh, that's who gives a crap about Smash Bros? Come on. I'm okay with delays. You know, delays are usually for the best, right? Like the game ends up being better for it. It's basically the company saying we're going to commit more money and resources to making the game an improvement. Yeah, I'm for it. Delays are fine. Could you wear the jeans briefly? Sure. The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft yet crinkly. Take the item out. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Sige, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in Surlich Clef into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers. Interesting. Okay, so what were we wearing before? These ones, right? Yeah. I wonder why they did the delay, though. I wonder, because the release date seemed to be like announced with quite the plump and flourish. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, this is when it's coming out, and here we go. You know, and it's like, So I'm curious what they think is lacking. Thank you, Juloritz. I think so. Juloritz, maybe, for the 2-month resub. I have no idea what this game is, but it was a game about, but you seem to be having a blast. I'll watch it after I finish the Danganronpa 2 VODs. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is a really fun time. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying it more because of the stream, though. I still think I would enjoy it on my own. But maybe I would enjoy it in a different way. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I hope the playthrough's fun to watch back, like when you're VODing it on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you, Zorgox, 100 bits. How many days has the water lock been fixed? I think this is the second day it's been fixed. It was fixed on day 3, and we still haven't explored it. We're gonna go and look around right now, though. I'll go a little over to explore it because it's been teased too much. Thank you, Aman7S17 for the 3-month resub. Can we have a Joe watches some anime Monocoin Goal 2? JPH Pickle, JPH Ayaya. I tell you what, if you guys get the Ayaya fund done, then we'll add that one. Sure. Does this game have a limited amount of days, or does it end when you finish the main story? I have no idea. No clue. Thank you, Ozar99, for the 22-month resub. Anti-Ayaya Gang. Rise up, Anti-Ayaya Gang. Do you outnumber the weebs? There are dozens of you. Oh, no. The opposite of Ayaya. Thank you, Ozar99. Bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Cinder blocks charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. Alright, is this like a really long conversation over here? Magnesium. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we solve the murder. Let's go. You can visit. Okay, so that's to just pass time. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Do these pants have something in them? These are some wonderfully regular pants, not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I like regular normal things. I know you do. These inter-isolary pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. But you're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to. Centrist pants, you're right. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. White curtains have been drawn shut, no looking in. No looking in. A wedding stone, well worn and covered in rust. Construction material, whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Oh no, there's so many people here. Street sign is illegible below the graffiti out. Bam, around, pam, around. What are these doing in the fish? What? Oh, nice. New boots. This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Unmoored. The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. The plants creak beneath your weight. Okay, so there's someone to talk to here. There's someone to talk to here. It's Loctite. Nope, okay. You can't see into the house from this angle. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. I like the smoke effect. Okay, so I'll talk to here. 2 kids. Hard to see details of colors, all warm and welcoming are cozy though. A flower trough where nothing really grows, maybe in spring. I didn't read that right. Book, a primer for small kids. Whoops. Textbook for the 1st grade. In primary school, on the cover, a humanoid bear is pushing a wheelbarrow full of letters. He's not doing a good job. The letter S is dangerously tangling from the cart, while E fell off a long time ago. Children should pay more attention. Interesting. Okay. Can we go in? Yeah, we're an art sorry cop. Oh, we're just stealing? Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. We just go into people's houses and just take stuff and they don't care right in front of them? What is this? Witcher 3? Little Lily. Hello, mister. A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity. She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally she twirls it around. Where are your parents? My mom's outside and I don't really know about my dad. She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. What's that? Show her the stuffed bird from the ceiling. It's a grouse, she yelps, smiling broadly. You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the score you broke. Yes, but what's it for? I don't know. Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds. Sure, I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry. What's that thing you're holding? Point to her toy. It's Lambie. He's my friend, sort of like. She holds up the fuzzy beast to demonstrate. Can I have that too? Lambie is a stuffed lamb that admittedly has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing and the fur is tattered in several places. Lambie looks like he's falling apart. Lambie looks soft. Yes, very soft. Suddenly she pushes the stuffed animal toward your face. Press your cheek against Lambie. Isn't he soft? She's right. Lambie is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek and then returns the lamb to her lap, cuddling it. Goodbye. Bye. The girl's large curious eyes remain fixed on you. Okay, so glass tar. Let's go on over there. Okay, so some more people to talk to, maybe? Don't mind me, gentlemen, just stealing your money. Can we go down here? Shivers, a drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps, just silence. What did the smoke smell like? Chemically sweetened across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with black asphalt. The asphalt first laid is gray. The asphalt first laid is gray already. What? A row of tenements are under construction in the distance. Who are the people who live across the road? A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. What about the bus stop? 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It was not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost. Am I mispronouncing asphalt? I thought it's asphalt. How do you say it? Asphalt? Isn't it asphalt?
Asphalt. Asphalt. Asphalt.
Asphalt?
Asphalt.
I thought it was asphalt.
Asphalt. Asphalt.
What about the road? Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn. A dead dog? Tragedy came from the wheels of a fast RMC vehicle hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant. Oh my... Killed a dog? The wind moves the aerosol. The detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair. Okay, so we can't get past here. This is just a boundary. The water runs from the west, the source is upstream, a broken pipe. The beams are splintered, the bridge didn't collapse on its own, artillery broke it. Moon's haunted. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. That's a Noland Sink, an unsuccessful model. Rusty in letters read Mazet. Oh, I really wish I could just hold the button down to walk. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water. You. After everything, it's still you. Wait, take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What do you see? Metaphor. It's always metaphor. Some kind of metaphor for me? This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you, the runoff from Coal City further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here, great wealth poured into Revachol, the delta, as its smoke wastes sickness life. The engine stopped, the West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape, a landscape despoiled by industry. I don't see the problem. Revachol moved on to a service industry. Get with the times, yo. West Revacholian industrial base? That's so me. There was a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup. Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think. Okay, so let's continue getting the feel of this area around here, and then we will stop because we're over time. Click, click, click. Oh man, at this rate we're gonna have enough money for another night. A school of fish huddled on the fence post, then scattered into the dark. Before you a drawbridge, it can only be lowered from the other side. A kick drum pulse, the music coming from somewhere on the ice. What? Oh, this one. This is the drawbridge? Oh man, how do we do this? Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. What? Wow. We're just stealing. Damn, it's cold outside. It's taking a lot of patience to do this. Oh, it's Dark Souls time! A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough. What is this? It looks like a makeshift bridge. He adjusts his collar against the cool breeze. Could be convenient. Push the Eternite over. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. Shortcut get! You should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here. He gestures toward the young woman next to the tent. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. A pole screwed in the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party. There's someone home. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours. Oh man, can we sleep in the tent? Okay, so this is a church. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Yoink! Sign reads St. Brune 1147. Wait, 1-1? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. We're not even halfway done, are we? We're not even halfway done. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It smells of fuel oil. He doesn't know. These look like teeth. Tiny inlets there off in the far distance where the posts trail toward. Shivers. Physical. Oh my god! Alright, it said something about being replaced for a scarf, right? Got replaced for a scarf. What are you gonna do? Apparently nothing. The ladder's too risky to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay barely. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tior Morotiri. You make a mental note. Tior Morotiri seems important somehow. Really? Does it? Really? Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna stop it here, and we can move our way, work our way back down when we come back. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you to Hakon Aria, for the 2 and 3 sub. Who boy, Disco Elysium is getting better and better. Continue looking cool, Joker. Thanks. Knocked them right off their feet. Nice, Joker. Parallax Gamer used 200 bits to say, I feel like it would be pretty cool to half the Ayaya fun, but let people add to it and watch a battle between good and evil unfold for the fate of Ayaya. Here's the thing, even if it is cut in half, it's too much. There's too many monocoins. The cost is too strong. They're diluting themselves. It won't happen. Plus, if we ever get to halfway, I can just do that anyway as an extra tension. Add to the drama. I won't do that. Not at halfway, at least. Thank you, Vilv, or some say Vile, for the 400 bits. Have a pleasant day, folks. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Thanks, Vilv. Right back at you. Happy New Year. And sad Reddit day for Cyberpunk. Thank you, Samuel Aguiar, for the 100 bits. Jay Anderson, 29th of January, the biggest, most important, most Ayaya event in human history. Save your coins. Exactly. If you want. There will never be another double monocoin day. Never. It's never gonna happen again. Never. Never, ever, ever. Not happening. But for now, I have to take some Ayaya coins off. Varvareth and Canon Inspector have both contributed, so I need to take 40,000 off the Ayaya fund. For some people, this is the most wonderful part of the stream. Alright, so that 6 becomes a 5, and that 0 becomes a 6. There we go. Can you raid someone at the end of the stream? We get more coins? Nope. I'm not a good streamer and raider. I don't know who would raid. I should just get into the habit of like finding some people to raid so we can regularly have some raiding targets, but I don't have it right now, sorry. I don't have it right now, sorry. Knowing you, right after 29th, you will say, I will enable AI if someone reduces it in the next 10 seconds, but no one will have any coins yet? Nah, I would never do that. I would never do that. It wouldn't be worth it. Someone would keep their coins and do it. Just in case. Just in case. Oh, I like the sound of rain. It's very soothing. Okay, is that it? Anything else? Yeah, so Q&A on Saturday, we hope. It didn't happen last week because of the kids, but hopefully this week we can do it. And I think that's it. So I'll see you on Tuesday. It is Thursday, right? It is Thursday right now? Yep, it's Thursday. So I will see you on Tuesday, and we will continue Disco Elysium. I think we have easily another 2 weeks left of this, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. If Ayaya is enabled, will you make it fun to disable it? Yeah, and it'll only be like 50,000 coins just to disable it. No, I wouldn't do that. If it gets enabled, it stays enabled. Unless it breaks Twitch TOS for whatever reason or whatever. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And have a good weekend if I don't see you.